Hello everyone, welcome to another match preview on Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie and I'm your host for today's show. In an hour's time, Liverpool will be taking on Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. The fixture is at Anfield, so we'll certainly have some home advantage today. And thankfully, it's not midday kickoff, which is a good omen for us. Let's look at both teams, how they performed so far this season, and we'll also assess the squads before I present the predicted lineups for both teams and the score prediction. But before I do, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a few minutes, or I should say a few seconds to be fair, and it allows us to grow as a channel and also build a community in the long term. Before we begin, just got a couple of comments here. Sideline Football Show, big up Ozzie, big up to yourself as well, fama. Hope you're well. And Jordan as well, big up Ozzie, big up Jordan. Thank you for tuning in. So let's get into it. So Nottingham Forest, so far this season, they've played 9 games, won twice, drawn 4 times, and lost 3 times. They are currently 15th in the Premier League. Both wins coming up against Sheffield United and Chelsea. For us Liverpool fans, I guess this fixture was going to be special today, as we were hoping to see the return of Divock Origi, who has signed for Nottingham Forest from AC Milan in the summer. However, unfortunately, he has been ruled out for this fixture due to a hip injury. But let's hope he actually travels with the squad, as he will still receive a warm reception from the Anfield crowd. In terms of the danger men of this team, for me, it has to be Gibbs White, as everything goes through him. He's their talisman. He's an attacking player who possesses some fantastic dribbling ability and drives the team forward, especially on that counter-attack. There are other players, the likes of Aurier and Elanga, but unfortunately they're both out for the fixture due to injury. One player that I'm actually looking forward to seeing is Ibrahim Sangare, who we all Liverpool fans would know was strongly linked with in the summer. A powerful midfielder who possesses great ball carrying ability, but he's also a destroyer. So we'll need to be on top of our game to make sure he doesn't influence Nottingham Forest's attack and defense going forward. In terms of Liverpool, as we all know, we are currently 4th in the Premier League. We've played 9 games, won 6, drawn twice, and lost 1. A win today could move us to 3rd, but that will be dependent on the result after our match, as Man City take on Manchester United in the Manchester derby. Last fixture, we just about got the win against Everton in our derby match. But midweek, we played Toulouse in the Europa League and really showed a different level of performance with more intensity and energy. So I'm hoping that we can bring that sort of form into this fixture as well. In terms of the head-to-head for these two teams, Nottingham Forest actually took the first fixture with a win, and it was 1-0 to them. But Liverpool bounced back and got a 3-2 victory in the latter stage of the season. So not really a clear indication of who will win today. But let's have a look at both teams, well, in terms of team news, and then I'll predict the starting lineups for both teams. So, team news today for Liverpool. Klopp has confirmed that Robertson has undergone successful surgery on his dislocated shoulder, but it will keep him out of action for the remainder of the year. So we won't be seeing Robertson anytime soon, unfortunately. Bajtic and Ben Doak are still unavailable for this fixture due to injury. Curtis Jones is serving his last match suspension, so he'll be available from next week onwards, which is great news for us. No further news on Thiago's availability, unfortunately. Some disturbing news today. Luis Diaz has discovered that his parents, or I think it might be his father, has been kidnapped in Colombia. So firstly, prayers to Luis Diaz and his family during this disturbing time. Let's pray that his parents are safe and rescued. I don't think personally it would be the right time or the right place to play Diaz in this fixture, who will obviously be very distressed with the current situation and should not be involved. As for me, family comes first, and I hope Klopp shares that sentiment and doesn't start Diaz today. In terms of Nottingham Forest, as mentioned earlier on, Origi is not available for this fixture, but they also have a long injury list as well. So the likes of Awoniyi not available, Nuno Tavares, Felipe, Montiel, Danilo, and Callum Hudson-Odoi. So these are one of these are a lot of their first team players there, so they will be weakened against us today. Elanga is also doubtful as he has been ill during this week, but he may be on the bench. So what we'll do, we'll predict the lineups of both teams. So we'll start off with Liverpool, as Liverpool are the home team. So it goes without saying who's in goal. It will be Alisson. That is the player the goalkeeper. Also, obviously, back four. I know Tsimikas didn't have the best of games last week against Everton, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I would say it's probably down to the nerves coming into a Merseyside derby. So I'm hoping that he's more equipped for this fixture. So Tsimikas will start left back, and right now we do have Luke Chambers in the background as well, who could come in, but I think he would probably be a bench player at this stage. Then you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who starts at right back for me. And then the centre-back pairing will be Virgil van Dijk. And I'll go for Konate in this fixture as well. So that's our back four, strong one. The number 6 role is debatable. Ultimately, we say McAllister, but Endo for me was fantastic in the Europa League against Toulouse. It was also on the score sheet. I think for this fixture, I'm still going to give the nod to McAllister. But if none of our midfielders perform, I think Endo will be the first one in line to come off the bench. And in terms of the 2 number 8s, I'm going for Gravenberch, who for me is continuing to show great form. The more games, the more minutes he gets under his belt. So I feel like it's only right to start him in this fixture. And I'm going to go for Szoboszlai, obviously. He will be starting. So that's the midfield that I like to see. It's got a lot of energy about it. It's got a lot of quality. You've got 2 ball carriers there. You've got a deep playmaker, McAllister. So yeah, a lot of technical ability in that midfield, as well as having an engine and drive for this midfield. Up top, I'm going for Salah on the right-hand side. And I'm going to go for Jota on the left. And then I'm going to go for Nunez as well. So that would be my starting lineup for Liverpool. So let me know what you guys think. In terms of Nottingham Forest, what I'll do, I'll remove that graphic and then I'll share the formation for Nottingham Forest. So their goalkeeper will be Turner, who they have signed from Arsenal. So he's their number 1 goalkeeper. And then on the left-hand side will be Toffolo, who played in the last fixture. Normally probably would have been Nuno Tavares, but unfortunately he's unavailable for this one. For right back, I'm going for Aurier, who has shown some good performances, to be fair. I remember he had that one game we had like 2-3 assists. So definitely rediscovered his form since signing for the club. And then for the midfield, we're going to go for one of their signings, Murillo. If I can find him, where is he? For some reason, he's not on this one. So just for presentation purposes, we'll just add. Oh no, he's there. He just doesn't have a face to represent himself. So we've got Murillo there, and then we've got Bolly. So I think that would be the centre back pairing for Nottingham Forest. And then we're going to go for Mangala as their DM. So there he is. We're going to go for Ibrahim Sangare on the left side. If I can spell his name correctly. Sangare, there you go. And then on the right side will be Dominguez as well. Dominguez, sorry. If I can find him on here. Yes. There you go. So that'll be the midfield. It was the midfield that started against Luton, and due to their injury crisis, I think expect to see these 3 line up in this midfield. And then for the midfield 3, it would have been elanga. So there are options. You could put on Dennis there. I think Steve Cooper will go with a bit more of a safer option, slightly unorthodox, but I can see him playing Neco Williams as a right winger. He's done that in the past, just so they have a bit more width on their right hand side. So troubling the likes of Tsimikas, because obviously he's not our first choice left back. So I feel like that will be an area they'll try and analyze or try to attack more to try and get some good moments in the game. So I think that will be the player to play there. And I've gone for Gibbs White as well on the left-hand side. And up top, I think it'll be Chris Woods. So Chris Wood, there we go. So that is my predicted lineup. And I'm just going to check the comments. Sideline Football Safe lineup has been released. So what I'll do now, I'll actually see if I can find the lineup and then compare it to what I've just done. Because obviously I have no knowledge of what the lineup is right now due to the timing of my show. So I will double check and let's see how many selections or players I got right in both lineups. And then we've got Abdul Rahim. Nottingham Forest lineup was very defensive today. Let's have a look. So what I'll do is I'll find out what the lineup is. Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Let's click it here. Okay, so let me share the graphics with you guys and let's see if I've got it right at all. So bear with me. Okay, so this is the lineup for today. So bingo. So I got the Liverpool lineup correct. So Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas. And I've gone for McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and it's Salah, Nunez, Jota. So I got the Liverpool lineup pretty much spot on. So good one for me there. And surprise, elanga actually does start in this fixture. And they seem to be playing a very defensive formation as confirmed by Abdul Rahim as well. So no surprise, to be fair. But yeah, interesting. So they've gone, obviously Turner is their goalkeeper. They've gone for Ola Aina on the left-hand side, Aurier on the right-hand side, and they've got three centre-backs in Murillo, Bolly, and Niakate as well. So interesting there. Midfield three is as expected. You've got Dominguez, Mangala, and Sangare. And then they've got two strikers in Elanga and Gibbs White. So that clearly indicates to me that obviously they're parking the bus, or as I like to say, they're parking the jumbo jet, because there's five defenders there. So it's pretty much half of the team there. But then they're going to use the pace and the creativity and the dribbling ability of Elanga and Gibson White on the counter-attack. So that's how they're going to set up. So yeah, interesting formation. And I see why Steve Cooper has gone for this lineup. But yeah, in terms of our Liverpool lineup, I pretty much got it spot on. So as expected, Jota is playing. Let me see who is on the bench for both teams. So yes, Klopp has not placed Luis Diaz on the bench, which I'm really happy to see. Not in terms of the situation, but in football, you know, we always feel like, oh, just everyone needs to play the game, but family comes first. And in this situation, he needs to be in Colombia or try to find out what's going on with his family back home. So yes, important to take him out of the firing line. And then we've got Endo as well. We've got Gakpo on the bench, which is fantastic. Good to see him back. Elliot, Matip, Luke Chambers, as I mentioned as well, back up for Tsimikas. Mokono, a good midfield player, so a good option to have if we need some creativity. We've got Harvey Elliott there as well. So we've got some good options there. Okay, in terms of substitutes for Nottingham Forest, Nuno Tavares actually makes the bench. I thought he was unavailable, so that's interesting. A 1 year as well. Okay. And I thought Tafolo would have started, but he's on the bench right now. You've got Yates, Santos, Coyote as well, who's a good option. Nico Williams doesn't start this game. And you got Joe Worrell, and then you go Vlajot Dimos as well, the backup goalkeeper. So interesting lineup. So yeah, looks good. In terms of my score prediction for today, I'm going for a home win, obviously, and I'm going for a 3-0 victory for Liverpool. And the goal scores for me today will be Nunez, Salah, and Gravenberch. So drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Who will be scoring the goals today? What will be the final score? Love to hear from you guys. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. I've tried to do a quick one just before the game, as I wasn't able to do it earlier this week. So thank you to Sideline Football Show Thank you to Jordan and thank you to Abdul Rahim for your comments. Appreciate your contribution as always. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a match reaction straight after the game at 4 p.m. UK time. And it's a calling show. So if you'd like to come on and have your say, the floor is yours, guys. Link will be available in the description. And I look forward to speaking to you all later on today. So let's hope we get the win. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all guys in a matter of few hours. Goodbye.